This live stream is sponsored by AY Multi-Character Kit. AY Multi-Character Kit generates unlimited unique looking characters. All generated characters are pre-rigged. Just generate your characters and start animating that beautiful story of yours. With this kit, you can bake textures, export FBX with animation, easily retarget Mixamo animation, enjoy robust post library for expressions and lip sync, and so much more. Get AY Multi-Character now and tell that unique story of yours. Visit levelnotion.com. Hi, my name is Akinshola Samson from Levelnotion Animation Studios. Welcome to this video course where I will show you an easy way to create a professional animation in about 211 minutes. This technique is broken down into 4 different phases. These are the key poses or storytelling poses, the breakdown poses, the in-betweens, and the splining phase. Properly going through these phases will eliminate any dependencies on computer interpolations, hence giving you a more controlled, believable, and professional looking animation. Please note, the purpose of this video course is to show you how to achieve a professional looking animation, which means less words, more actions. This is why most of the video episodes don't have voiceovers. So, if you're ready to improve your animation skill and draw like a professional, then join me on this course. In this video course, we're going to generate our character using AY Multi-Character Female Kit, developed by Levelnotion Animation Studios. And AY Multi-Character Female is one of the AY Multi-Character collections that Levelnotion Studios have developed. We also have the male version and the kid version, but for this version I will be using the female, and you can easily generate your characters using the randomize button. You can also generate by outfit or by character. You can change the colors, the skin color, the hair color, as you can see here. And so we're just running through this to quickly generate the character. You can also change the eyebrows, the eyelashes, and whatever you want to. Okay, and once you're done, test your rig and make sure everything works fine, and you get yourself ready for animation. By the way, every character generated using this kit is also rigged with Rigify. So that means you don't have to worry yourself about rigging the characters. Just create your characters and you're ready for animation. Okay, so quickly in this video, I'm going to show you what the blocking poses looks like for this shot we're about to animate. Now, so I have this for block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5, block 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So 13 in total. And something I want you to take note of with this blocking pose is that it's more like my storytelling poses. So when you want to animate, make sure your blocking pose tells the entire story of what your shot should be. Now from these, I don't have to explain to you before you know what exactly is going on with my character. It's very clear. And in addition to that, I added some important details which I'm going to explain. For example, you can see I have a bit of arc there. So I'm trying to get it as smooth as possible from this block pose. Now the second pose, you can see there's a bit of drift to the left hand side of the character because of the character anticipating to bring in the right foot a bit to the left screen. Let me flip through so you can see that. You see where the character's right foot is. In the next pose, the foot is going to come slightly towards the right of the screen. So let's see that. See, so now to anticipate for this change in position, I had to move the center of gravity of the character a bit towards the character's left. so the weight sits more on the planted left foot. I hope you can see this. Yeah, so that little change adds a lot of information to the character's performance. Now in your block stage, you want to make sure that you have things like this. Consider the weight of the character, consider all the 12 principles of animation, and when you think about this and you apply them in your blocking pass or key pass, some call it key pass, some call it blocking stage. Now when you add all this information into this blocking stage, then your animation is on a solid foundation and is ready to look like a professional animation. Now this is the third blocking pose. You can see here, see the character going up, the center of gravity of the character going up, and at the same time my arms too, you can see I have a bit of curl there, just like an arc kind of, and the hand is also anticipating to come down. So as the arm goes up, I had to drag the wrists just a little bit. You can see this drag here, just a little bit. So this is going to give you an illusion of a weight to the wrist too, and gravity as well, the pull of gravity, and of course one of the principles of animation to anticipate, follow through, overlapping action and follow through, right? So you can see all those here. I'm adding them during the blocking stage. Now the body, the weight of the character is coming down, and then I'm also dragging the wrist up because the weight is coming down. The wrist of the character is being dragged up. The head of the character is being dragged up. This other wrist is also dragged up. Let's see. So the head goes up, the wrist goes up, this as well goes up. Now the general weight of the character comes down, and at the same time as this comes down, you can see I'm rotating the heel of this character up. Okay, so all these beats are helping to set up my character's performance to be believable and also have the feel of professionality or professionalism in it, right? So this is the mindset you go with when trying to block your pose, and once you do this, trust me, the animation is ready to look professional. So having said all this, we're going to jump straight into the action of blocking out our character. See you in the next video. In this video, we're going to start creating our key poses, and the technique we'll be going with will be to create the key poses first, and then we'll create our breakdown poses, and finally we add in our in-betweens. So to create my key pose, I always want to check out my rig well and make sure everything is working the way it should. So now let's start by posing the foot of the character. You can rotate that a bit. Push this forward. So I want to make sure my character looks solid from every angle and not just the camera view, because my intention for this animation will be to ship it with AY multi-character female at the end of the day. And of course, if I'm shipping the animation, it's going to be seen from every angle and not just the camera angle. So it is important for us to make sure our character looks solid in all angles. And also for my pole, I want to make sure my pole is in front of my foot. So whenever I rotate the foot, I want the pole to also move position. So to achieve this, I'm just going to change the parent of the pole. So now when I rotate the foot, you can see the pole moves with it. So let's do that for the left foot. I'm going to rotate that. I'm looking at the line of action, and I'm going to counter that rotation with the opposite one for the head, just for stability. And have it in mind, posing your character can really take time, but you don't want to rush it. Take your time to get something solid, because these are the storytelling poses. I love to have my arms in FK, because I feel it's easier to work with that way. And also you can get your arcs freely with an FK arm. I just want to go with a natural finger pose. And usually I use all these controls. There are about 15 of them. And I use them to pose my fingers because it gives me the freedom that I need. Although it takes time to pose each of them, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. But then it's up to you. You feel free to use whatever controls that gives you the pose you have in mind. Nothing is engraved in stone. So I'm just trying to check what the fingers looks like from the camera view. And I think I need to change my palm color. So this is just one of the advantages of using AY multi-character. Actually, you can tweak your character at any point in time easily, you know. So I think I like the fingers. We'll work on the chest control a bit. So copy that and flip to the other side. That's Ctrl C and Ctrl Shift V to flip to the other side. I use that a lot as well because it makes my work faster. So you select on the controls that have been edited, Ctrl C to copy, and then Ctrl Shift V to paste it on the other side of the character. And I try as much as possible to avoid twinning. After pasting, I also try to at least make changes to that particular control. So our first key pose is coming to life. I think I like what I have now. So if there's any need to change it later on, we can still do so. So for now, I want to set a keyframe on every controls. So I need to change the action's name to the exact name I'm going to use this animation on, finally. So it looks good, looks solid from every angle, and we can stop here. In this video, we're going to block our second key pose, but first I just want to move this head a bit and set a keyframe. And secondly, I also want to change my interpolation to constant because I don't want any interpolation for now. I want to do everything myself, so I don't want the computer to help me out with the interpolation. So constant is the best. And in other 3D software, I think it's labeled stepped in Maya. I think stepped to in Cinema 4D. But then for Blender, you use a constant. So let's work on the character's foot for the next key pose. Raise the heel. And always go around to make sure everything looks solid from all angles. You can bring up the torso. Then rotate it a bit forward to add depth. And remember, the arms are on F key, so I'm going to start manipulating the arms from the shoulder outwards. The upper arm. And then finally the wrist. Just trying to get that natural pose for my fingers. Because it can be very, very distracting if not gotten right. You flip that pose, and again you want to tweak the flipped pose so as to avoid twinning. And now I'm going back to the fingers again. I'm going to default the rotation by using Alt R. And then I'm going to start posing the fingers again in a natural pose. You see, you can't do without having these natural poses on your fingers, because the character's finger is a very important feature of that character. If it is not right, that can affect the look of your animation entirely. So you want to make sure it looks natural and feels natural. So let's push this forward a bit. Rotate. Counter the rotation. Okay, I think it looks good. Set a keyframe and change to constant interpolation. Now you can see that I just have a jump from my first key pose to my second key pose, and this is what I want. So we'll stop here in this video and continue the next video. So guys, we'll continue to block out our pose, and I just want to quickly fix the arms here and make sure there's no penetration. Okay, that looks good even from the camera. I want to tilt the hips a little bit and counterbalance that with the shoulder. Select all the controls and set the keyframe. So now I'm just going to create a floor here so my character is well grounded, and I want to disable the selection functionality or attribute of the floor, so I'm unable to select it mistakenly. And then change back to pose mode, and let's continue blocking our key poses. So for this frame, the character needs to drop down, so I'm going to start with the hips. So push that down, and then go around the character to make sure my character is solid and doesn't feel like it's going to fall off, or it doesn't look like it's out of balance. So for that to make sense, I'm just going to widen the feet. So by doing this, I'm increasing the surface area beneath the character, and that gives my character a well spaced area. So just pull that down, and I'm trying to get in the line of action by creating an arc along the spine there. So most times I go around the character to make sure everything is working fine from every angle, and I'm just going to rotate the feet using the local space and not the global space, because I feel like that gives you more consistency with the pose of your character. So let me move the shoulder a bit. Since the arms are in FK, so I need to walk from the shoulder downwards. So the shoulder, the upper arms, the arm, and then finally the wrist. And as I do this, I want to make sure my silhouette is reading fine. But if I have the arms in this position, that wouldn't create room for the right arm of the character. So I need to change the position of the character's left arm. Let's push it outwards a bit to the outer thigh, and make sure the fingers are poking out just a little bit in order to solidify the silhouette. And that's very important here. Silhouette is one of the 12 principles of animation. And if you don't know what the 12 principles are, you can easily make your research by searching for that on Google. And if you're able to bring in a looking animation. So I'm trying to space out the fingers, but I don't want the spacing to be even, just to add a bit of dynamism to it. so I don't want even spacing. And by the way, I love to tweak my fingers using the 15 controls of those fingers, because that gives me a whole lot of freedom to create any finger pose of my choice. So I'm just trying to call out the thumb a bit so it sticks out better. Yeah, I think this is looking good for now. We can come back and change any of these controls as we work on. So now I just want to select the controls of the left arm, and then Ctrl Shift V to flip to the left hand. So I'm copying from the right the character's left hand with Ctrl C, and I just flipped with Ctrl Shift V to the other side. And let me try and do the same thing for the fingers too. Select all the finger controls and copy. But you know what, I think I should just tweak the character's right fingers from scratch instead of copying and pasting. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. I want a bit of a dynamism as well. So if I flip, everything's going to look the same, but okay, I can just tweak from there. So I flipped and then I tweaked. So instead of wasting time starting from scratch again, of course I would have as well done that if I needed to. So, but I want these to be very, very different from the character's left fingers. So I'm just opening this a bit more. Okay. Just tilt that a bit. And I'm looking at the character from a different angle, and I feel I need to bring the head up, because this pose is meant to be a silly pose, so bring that up a little bit. And it seems like my character looks a bit rigid, so I just want to break things by adding a tilt to the hips, counterbalance that with the chest, and of course, since my arms are in FK, I need to adjust that back to the position where it was initially. And you know, the chest would control FK arm, so that's why I needed to counter animate that. Yes, so I think this looks good so far. I like what the silhouette is doing there. Okay. Just push the rotation and the x-axis a little bit. So, okay, I can see the fingers poking out. Let me push this a little bit and twist the wrist. Okay, that looks good. The fingers are well readable. Okay, so we just set the keyframe, and now we have a third key pose. So I'm just going to change the interpolation to constant, which is stepped in Maya. Now this way I can flip through. Yeah, so, and the beautiful thing about this is that this technique can work well in any software you animate in, be it Maya, Cinema 4D, 3D Max. You know, just understand the technique and
animation become yours for free. Yeah, so just try to push that down a bit and a bit forward to have that balance in there. Okay, I like how that is reading well. And just push it forward a bit to avoid penetration between the back of my character's palm and the knee. Okay, looks good. Good. Yeah, push it up. Set a keyframe. And let's flip to see what we have. Okay. That looks good. I like to tweak the arc a little bit. And I want to use my cheekbones. Let's see what I'm going to get with that. So just pushing it around. Yeah, I want to take out that dent. Okay, so this is not working quite well. I just have to go with the first tweak bone in the chain. So just push that back a bit. Yeah, straighten things out just a little bit. I don't want to do too much. So I'm just moving to the next frame, and I'm going to push the character up on this frame. And as I do so, I want to make sure my character moves as a unit. So I need to flip from the previous frame to the next frame. So I'm flipping between that. And just rotate this because the character's body mass is going up. The feet needs to rotate downwards in order to anticipate the character's mass going up. So that way my animation will work in unison. So one thing has to control the other. So just select everything and set a keyframe there. So rotate this downwards because as the body mass goes up, the head would come down, and this would give the effect of an overlapping action, which is one of the 12 principles of animation. So I cannot just stress this enough, how important the 12 principles are. So I would advise you go check them out, understand them, and learn how to implement them in your work. This will help you create a professional looking animation. So just tweak the thumb a little bit, and that gap is too much, so I just want to bring, oops. Okay, so I need to dial down the thumb because the index finger wouldn't just close up the gap the way I wanted it to. So dial it back, and when you walk, feel free to push your poses to the extreme because you can easily dial back down if it's too much. But if it's too little, then your animation becomes uninteresting and you don't want that. So I need to add a bit of color to these fingers on this frame. Okay. Okay, that looks good from the camera. I like what the core is doing. I'm just gonna push it a little bit more. Okay. Looks good. I'm looking at the camera view and at the same time checking out my perspective view to see what the character looks like in every angle. So I'm just trying to tweak my pose just a little bit. So rotate that in more. Okay. So now you can see how interesting the finger looks from the camera view. So anytime you animate, make sure you also give attention or pay attention to your character's fingers because they are very important. In most cases, you can tell between the work of an amateur when compared to that of a professional by just looking at the character's fingers. If your character's fingers feels dead, it makes your work look more beginner-like. Yeah, so if you want to aim for a professional looking animation, make sure you pay attention to your character's fingers. So now I'm just flipping through and I'm seeing things that needs to be fixed here, like the penetration I have here around the character's waist. So let's see the control that can help us fix that. I want to try this. Okay, that's fixing it, but it's causing more problems on the other side. So I need to dial that back just a little bit and find a sweet spot somewhere there. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So I need to rotate it forward. Okay, so perfect. All right, and by rotating that forward, you can see it's helping my arc. I have a smoother arc by so doing, and that's cool. So just exaggerate that a little bit more and set a keyframe. So we're going to end the class here and we'll move to the next video. So let's continue adding our key poses. So on this frame, I want to bring the character's center of gravity down a bit, rotate the foot up. You see, as the body comes down, the foot is rotated up, just to create that overlapping action. And I would like to curl the fingers more, so I don't have a still stiff, dead fingers. So I want my fingers to be active. So I need to add in those poses to add life to my fingers. And for the neck, I want to change that to, so all I'm trying to do here is making sure that my controls are changed on every frame. So if I'm on a new frame trying to set my new pose, I want to make sure every part of the character has a new position, rotation and scale, as the case may be. So this way you'd have a dynamic animation, not just a still and dead looking animation. Remember, the mindset here is to do everything yourself and not rely on the computer's interpolation. So I want to change the height of the torso, and it's easier to do that from the graph editor because I can see everything that is happening in the scene. So I want these hips on the frame to be a bit higher than that keyframe. So just want to push it up. Yeah, and now it's a bit higher. Okay, so there's no other way you can do this with accuracy without coming to the graph editor. So that's why most times I love working in the graph editor to do things like this. It gives me that accuracy in terms of adjusting my controls. So select all and set that keyframe there. I will move to the next frame to set another key. So here I'm just going to push the character up and go around and see what's going on. So rotate that and bring back the foot underneath the character because she's almost standing straight in this pose. So just push it in tightly. Yeah. Okay, so rotate that. Rotate that. And oftentimes I like to take my poses one step at a time. So in this case, I'm walking my way from the foot of the character upwards. And sometimes I can go vice versa, but the idea is to take it one part at a time so you don't get overwhelmed. So just rotate that up, rotate the chest up. She's meant to be fairly straightened up, so I want to make sure I have that. Let's tweak the shoulder, rotate up. Push that. So I don't mind what the head is looking like at the moment. I'm still going to get there. Like I said, it's a good habit to work beat by beat. So you tweak one part first. When you're done, then you move on to the next. You can't do everything at the same time. Well, you can, but it's kind of distracting and it's going to be cumbersome. So again, pay attention to your character's fingers. Try and get very nice poses with them. Okay. So having poses like these is actually one of the differences you get when comparing a professional work to the work of an amateur. So let's work on the character's right arm. Okay, push that up. And at the same time, I'm trying to avoid penetration. So give a little curl. Okay, so the finger looks very dynamic now. I think I like what I have so far. Okay, so push that in. Just open up. That's cool. Okay. Rotate that. And as I rotate I try to move around the character just to make sure I have the best possible view to make my adjustments. So now I'm going to default the rotation of the neck and head, and then repose them the way I want them to be. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. So just rotate and counterbalance. Alright, so at this point select all the controls and set your keyframe, then flick through to see what your animation looks like. So this is where I'm going to stop, and we'll continue in the next video.
So we're going to continue blocking out our shots. So push the center of gravity forward a bit, and the arm backwards. So I'm just setting the keyframe there, and I'm going to tweak that particular frame. And always make it an habit to flick between keyframes to see the previous action, the current action, and in some cases the next action. This will help you come up with a good flow on the current pose you're trying to sculpt. Remember, your animation becomes beautiful when it's fluid, and you can only get a fluid animation when you have a good connection between your previous key pose, your current key pose, and your next key pose. So as I pose this, I'm also looking at the physicality of my character. I want to make sure I counterbalance the hips rotation and the chest rotation. So I can bring up the shoulders a bit. And the arms. So always remember that the human body is not a rigid matter. It's flexible. So in your animation, you want to treat it as such. And one way to show flexibility is by breaking the parts of your character this way. Touching the fingers a bit to get very nice silhouette. Okay, so as I pose my character in the perspective view, I'm also looking through the camera to make sure I have it from the camera view. Okay, so that looks good. Now let's touch the head a little bit and set a keyframe. So I'm shifting the weight of the character to the planted foot. Set a keyframe, flick through to see the connection between the previous keyframe and the current keyframe, and then adjust anything if there's any need for adjustment. But of course, when we get to the splining stage, some of these poses would still be changed, but for now, let's go what we have. So I'm just flicking through to see what needs to be changed if anything bothers me at this stage. So for the next pose, I want to touch the heel a bit. And also change the position of the center of gravity, the hips, the chest. Now all these slight changes would also give your animation a professional touch. You don't have to do too much, just slight, but make sure it's a calculated move such that your character's body parts moves as a unit. That's the idea here. You don't want any part of the character sticking in space for more than one frame. So set the keyframe and check out between the previous and the current pose. I think I like that. Yeah. So I need to make sure this works. Of course, this animation is meant to be a looped animation, so you always want your first keyframe to be the same as the last keyframe. Yeah, so both needs to be exactly the same. So I just had to change because I don't want any interpolation. I want to do everything on my own. I don't want the computer to help me with interpolation. So this is what we have so far for the blocking stage. And we're going to the breakdown stage in next video. So see you in the next video. This live stream is sponsored by AY Multi-Character Kit. AY Multi-Character Kit generates unlimited unique looking characters. All generated characters are pre-rigged. Just generate your characters and start animating that beautiful story of yours. With this kit, you can bake textures, export FBX with animation, easily retarget Mixamo animation, enjoy robust post library for expressions and lip sync, and so much more. Get AY Multi-Character now and tell that unique story of yours. Visit levonotion.com. So in this video, we're going to start the next stage, which is the phase of adding our breakdowns. So breakdowns are very important. They help you define exactly how you want your character to perform. So the way I apply my breakdown is I go in between two important key poses, and then I just slam my keyframe in between that. Now for the purpose of clarity, I'm just going to use a different color shade for the keyframes, not as if that would affect the animation in any way. So now, before I change the pose, I need to see what my previous pose looks like and the next one. So it's a good idea to always flick through, and that will guide your judgment on what to do for the breakdown. Okay, so I think this needs to be planted. Okay, so one foot planted and the other foot moves, and that's believable. That's believable. So basically the idea is, as you set down your poses, you should also help anticipate what your character is supposed to do, and then you add that in your blocking. So by the time you play the animation, everything looks smooth, everything looks well calculated, as against just dropping down few keyframes and going straight to your graph editor to spline them out. That would not give you a professional look in most cases. So to get a professional look for your animation, you want to add in your breakdowns and in between yourself. Okay, so I'm just trying to add the breakdown. Yeah, so if you push too much to the right, the current pose would favor the next pose, and if you push too much to the left, it's going to favor the previous pose. So I'm just trying to see the best pose that I can get now and then rework that. So as it stands, the process will be the same. Select everything and set a keyframe. So the process will be the same as it stands. Flick through the previous pose and the next pose, and then drop your breakdown in between these two frames. And the way you pose your breakdown, it should support the previous key pose and also work with the next key pose, so everything flows through, right? So they shouldn't be disjointed. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I feel like talking too much is also distracting now, and if I keep talking, it's going to sound like me repeating myself over and over again. And the idea of this video is for you to see the process and see how you can work with your own shots to get a professional touch. So I'm going to stop talking right from this video, but if there's any important thing to draw your attention to, I will definitely do so. So for now, I just wanted to enjoy the work process. Then I would say one or two things when we get to the next phase, which is the splining phase. So as far as the breakdown goes, this is me saying I'm shutting out. This life